Welcome to the Chamber Spotlight, a talk show podcast brought to you by the Pembroke Chamber of Commerce in association with the local scene. We'll be recording on a regular basis and we'll cover many topics that span local businesses, local elections, local town governance, and a citizens' academy. Today is September the 15th, and I'm your host, Fraser Townley, and we're sitting down with Sabrina Nicholson and Christine Chagnon. Yes. Have I got that right?
Yes.
Okay. Christine Chagnon from New England Village, Pembroke Town's largest employer. Just thought I'd share that stat. Well, now that Stop and Shop have closed the centre. But before we get into the conversation, we're going to move to Town Hall for the town news that was recorded earlier today. Today is Monday, the 15th of September, and I'm at Town Hall with Andrea Cesarini. Andrea, you have some updates and some news for us.
I absolutely do. Thank you for having me. So construction on Oldham Street and Center Street is still ongoing, so we recommend seeking alternative routes. Handwork is continuing on Pleasant Street, but should not disrupt traffic patterns.
Sorry, Andrea, handwork. What does handwork mean?
They didn't give me much detail. I believe that they're going to be working
Painting
on...
the lines?
I believe they're going to be working on the aprons around...
Got it.
On residents' driveways.
My apologies. Please continue.
That's okay. Some meetings we have scheduled this week. Tuesday, September 16th, our school committee, Board of Health, and Town Memorial Committee. Wednesday, the 17th, our Council on Aging and our Select Board will be meeting for a special meeting to swear in Seamus Rigarelli to his new rank as a lieutenant of the Pembroke Fire Department. And Thursday, the 18th, the Herring Fisheries Commission will meet. Boards and committees must post their meetings agendas 48 hours before their meetings. So I recommend checking out the public meetings section of the town's website throughout the week for the latest information on public meetings. The fall special town meeting is Tuesday, October 21st, and you must be registered to vote by October 10th to vote on warrant articles. And I have a note from the Chief Assessor, Jeannie Gelati. Real estate property tax exemption applications are currently available in the assessor's office. These exemptions reduce the applicant's real estate bill by a certain amount. Available exemptions are for seniors over the age of 65. This exemption has income and asset requirements that must be met with a reduction in taxes of $1,000. Seniors over the age of 70. This exemption has asset requirements that must be met with a reduction in taxes of $367. Disabled veterans. Various exemptions with different qualifications and reductions in taxes amounts are available, including Clause 22H for Gold Star parents. Surviving spouses and minors of deceased parents. This exemption has asset requirements that must be met with a reduction in taxes of $367. Blind. This exemption is for property owners registered with the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind with a reduction in taxes of $500. Applications for Clause 22H for Gold Star parents have a deadline of February 2nd, 2026. All other applications are due by April 1st, 2026. For additional information, please contact the assessor's office at 781-293-2393.
That's terrific. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Thank you.
Great. So that was the town news. Let's talk to the ladies in front of me. Sabrina, you are the chairperson of the board.
That's correct.
Okay. That's it. Just a one-word answer. All right, let's go to Christine then. So, Christine, you are our newly appointed, I say our, I'm on the New England Village Board as well. You are our newly appointed CEO and president.
Yes, I am.
So congratulations on that. That was a not a challenge, but it was an interesting process of reaching the decision that the board did on you. So I'm very pleased that you are the candidate that prevailed. We're excited to have you. We're also excited to have you on the podcast. So a little bit of background. Sabrina, we'll go to you first.
Okay. And thank you, Fraser, for having us today.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
I joined the New England Village Board almost 20 years ago. I have a personal connection to NEV. My brother, Kyle Hundley, is both a resident of NEV and attends one of our day programs in Kingston. I've served in the capacity of chair for about 6 years. Mm-hmm. And I also chaired the search committee, which brings us here today.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I report to you on the board.
I guess technically that's true.
Yeah, and I have a great deal of respect for you. What is your background?
Oh, So my day job is I work for a biotech company in Waltham. We're in the cancer and autoimmune space.
Uh-huh.
And I work in business development and communications.
Uh-huh.
By training, I have an MBA. I've worked in the health sciences.
Yeah. Very good. Over to you, Christine.
Excellent. So I joined NEV with over 25 years of experience in human services. I started out very young in my career working as a CNA. While I was going through high school, I held positions as an EMT, as a behaviorist, and many positions within the human service field, right from a DSP up to a program manager, director, both in residential and day services, which brought me over to New England Village about 4 years ago, where I joined as their Associate Vice President of Programs. 2 years ago, I was promoted to the Chief Operating Officer and very recently appointed to the President and CEO.
Mm-hmm. So you've had 2 promotions in your tenure. Very good. So for the people that are listening, and we have quite a decent-sized audience, you've thrown some acronyms out as DSP.
Correct. So our DSPs are what I would call the foundation of our human service work that we do day in and day out. And they are the individuals that provide direct care supports to the folks living in our residential day programs or attending one of our day service programs. They work on goal development, help folks build their independence, community memberships, building some socialization skills, getting out and looking at new activities, really exploring some ideas or pursuing their dreams. Mm-hmm. So they really, those DSPs come well prepared to work on a variety of supports and also really have to work on engaging with some of our funding sources that come in to visit. They work and communicate daily with a lot of the families and guardians and make sure they're providing that communication on how the people that we're supporting are doing.
So I realize I've made a mistake. I'm getting into the weeds here, and people that are listening may not know what New England Village is or what they do. So I apologize to the listeners. Sabrina, why don't you start by just describing what New England Village is?
Okay. And I should say that DSP stands for Direct Service Professional.
That was the question, but thank you.
And we have more acronyms in this industry than any.
Chairperson of the board slaps the CEO within 10 minutes.
No, you didn't let me finish. I would say we have more acronyms in this industry than any industry I've ever worked in. And
sure.
20 years later, I'm still catching up. But so New England Village, we provide, I should start really with our mission statement. Our mission is really to empower the individuals we serve to have the fullest and most productive and richest lives that they can. Everyone we serve has...
If we could predict, it would be a lot easier. But
did I say predict?
At first you did, but you corrected yourself.
But I corrected myself.
To productive.
Productive.
Yeah.
We, in order to participate in New England Village, all of our residents have either a developmental or intellectual disability. And we provide sort of 2 main categories of services. We have residential services. Most of the people we serve live on our campus right here in Pembroke, right on Route 30. No, Route 27.
27, yeah, School Street.
School Street in Pembroke, where we have about 80 people living among about 17 homes. And in addition to the residential services, we also provide day services, ranging from supported employment to day habilitation to a retirement program. And we serve, I would say, about 150 people in our day program.
So 150 people includes the residential or additional?
Good question.
That includes...
Well, many of our, that includes 80 plus. Okay.
So we're serving about 160 people in total. Some are residential, some are coming in for day program.
And some are both.
Right, and some are both.
Correct.
Of course. Very good. Do we go out, Christine, to serve, or does everybody come to?
So currently, everybody attends one of our programs either on our Pembroke site for a day service program or on our Kingston site.
Right. And talk to me about the facilities that the village has, because it's not just an educational, there's facilities there that facilitate what we do.
Absolutely. So we have, as Sabrina mentioned, about 17 residential homes that we support those who live with us either through what we call 24/7 group home supports or an in-home support program where they live in a studio apartment or something very similar where they don't require as much of the 24-hour supports. In addition, we have at that main site, we have the Solar Wellness Center, which is a wonderful facility if anyone ever has the opportunity to come by and take a tour that offers enrichment and community support. So this is an opportunity that the community can also join in and come to do either swimming activities or they have some music circle activities and drum circle activities and yoga. It's a really wonderful opportunity for the community and the folks that we support to get together and participate in some enrichment activities. Mm-hmm. We also, at that main site, have what we call the Living Center, which is where Sabrina referred to that as our retirement program, where it's a community-based day support services where folks attend that day program and they have the opportunity to engage in some volunteer opportunities in the community. They look at attending social events at a lot of our Council on Aging centers around local communities. They go out into the community to volunteer, whether that's giving back to the community through some gardening supports or they engage in activities such as like the Pembroke cleanup event that they have. They also go out and look at providing volunteer opportunities at local farms. And it really provides them this opportunity to not only give back to the community, but also to have that membership that you and I would both have day in and day out. We have another community-based day supports that's located in Winter Street in Pembroke, and that program also looks at a lot of community partnerships and volunteer opportunities, but also has a competitive employment program where folks really are matched to their skill set and what they really are looking for as their goals and dreams in life, and that they can engage in some competitive employment through some job coaching in preparation to get them there. We additionally have a program in Kingston that is our day enrichment, our day habilitation program, and it's called the Efron Center for Enrichment. And that program, it's a combined program over the years where we combine two of our day habilitation programs and can support up to 102 members. They do some phenomenal work over there. They, on top of working on some therapies like occupational therapy and physical therapy and speech therapy, they're really active out into their community and really looking at improving daily life skills and ADLs. So we have a variety of supports, and our facilities are phenomenal there.
Mm-hmm. ADL?
Activities of daily living.
Right, okay. So you've gone through the programs. In order to deliver those programs, I just wanted to talk about the facilities. So the Solar Wellness Center has a swimming pool.
Absolutely.
Gymnasium. Yoga. There's like an open...
A yoga studio.
There's an art studio. I believe they have kilns.
They do have a kiln, yes.
Very good. There are large kitchen setups for teaching.
Correct.
And I believe... Does Kyle and Kenny do a cooking show from there? I think they do.
Kyle and Kenny do a cooking show, and they have just run a culinary series program through there where they really worked on bringing some folks in that have some dietary and nutrition expertise on how to create healthy yet tasty meals.
Mm-hmm. And that show, just as a shameless plug, is sponsored by Tiny & Sons, Peter Brown's company, that he's also the president of the chamber. So get that plug in now. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of people that are served. There's a lot of facilities and programs that are being run. Sabrina, how many people are employed to deliver all of this?
I'm going to look at Christine for that. I want to say 150.
No,
So
200.
we are close to 250
Okay.
employees.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Including part-time, probably.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you were going for the full-time employees, not the part-time as well.
I think I just made a mistake.
Count. No, you
actually.
didn't. No. I know through what we do, but also through my associations with Riverview School, that it takes a lot more people working to support this particular community. So if you have 150 people that are either resident or participating, you need more to help facilitate and support. And of course, some of that support, Christine, move away from Sabrina. She's not answering the questions.
I'm not answering them correctly.
Well, you said it. But so that staff count also includes people that, like facilities managers and people that are doing the gardening and fixing 17 homes takes a lot of upkeep.
Absolutely.
And so, okay, I'm going to ask you, how many facilities people do we have working for us?
We have 4 facilities people working for us.
She's got the answers.
I was going to say 3. I have to say they work like they were 10 people.
Oh, for sure.
I'd like to put a plug in for our facilities staff.
No, I mean, they do a great job. And Saturday, so on Saturday, again, no one can see what I'm looking at here, but the Friends and Family Day was on Saturday. And I was so impressed with the way that was set up. The lawn had a marquee. Anything else, Christine? Sabrina?
Well,
there was a marquee. There was probably 100 chairs laid out.
There's so much planning that goes into that day, and it's amazing to see the final revisions. But there were, I would say there were probably 300 chairs that we set up.
Yeah.
And we had other seating arrangements throughout.
Yeah.
We had some activities, some cornhole. We had an opportunity for folks to make and decorate cookies.
Yeah.
There was the brand new wheelchair accessible swing that was donated from the Family Association. That was a hit for many folks there. We had live entertainment. We had 2 food trucks from our sponsors, and those went over so well. One was shaved ice, one was ice cream, and I will tell you that was the talk of the town that day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For the residents and the guests, all the
for
guests.
For the guests, yes.
That's
Everybody
terrific.
loves ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really important. Like I said, you are the largest employer in town, in Pembroke. Now that, as I say, you are, but you're doing a fantastic job for the town. You're serving people that are from, it's not just Pembroke residents. There are people from outside of Pembroke, correct?
Correct. So folks come from all over, quite honestly. So we have folks that they're all technically Massachusetts residents, but their families also extend outside of Massachusetts. So we have some folks that have some ties back to Maine and some folks that have ties back to New York.
Yeah.
And we serve folks that may have come from other areas outside of what we would call the greater Pembroke area. So they may have been served in previous years or even as younger folks in the greater Boston area or the Newton, Wellesley area.
Yeah.
So New Bedford area as well. So they do come from all over Massachusetts.
So I know that a lot of the residents or the participants are funded by the state, DDS. That's why they're all from the state. Mm-hmm. Okay. But there's also some private pay.
We also support folks that are privately funded.
And are they mainly in Massachusetts, or is that where the out-of-state residents come from?
So although they may have originated from out of state, they've resided with us for so many years that they are considered Massachusetts residents at this point.
Okay. I get it. So Sabrina, talk to me about some of the challenges. I know as a board we've talked about the challenges, but...
Yeah. Well, I think there are many challenges right now. One challenge we always face is workforce, and that has never been more difficult than since COVID. But as long as I've been on the board, it's always something we've talked about, recruiting and retaining the best people. I think our current leadership team, largely led by Christine when she was in her position of COO, did a lot of things to really increase our retention rate. And a lot of that was around providing training for people. Because when you offer your employees training, you're investing in them and you're saying, I believe in you and you're important to me and you're important to this organization. So I think that's helped us a lot. But we're always looking for people. It's really not so much a job. It's more of a calling to work in this field. I don't think people do it for the money. I think they do it for the rewards they get from, working with other people. We're blessed to have an amazing staff at New England Village. We're always looking for more people. So that's definitely one of our greatest challenges. And then the funding environment, has become...
I'm going to stop you. Before
Sure.
you get into the funding, I think it's worth pointing out that we were aware of a potential pool challenge with an organization in a neighboring town that lost an awful lot of their employees because of there's been a change to immigration status.
Correct.
And they lost 100 people. Is that correct?
I don't remember the number, but I do know what you're talking about.
And it was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people.
And so that's an additional challenge that we face, the company faces, or New England Village faces. Getting people to work is one thing, but when the pool shrinks overnight without any warning, then it becomes a challenge. You're nodding, Christine.
Well, I do.
How did you overcome that?
So I agree that that's a challenge, and it's something that not only do human service fields have to look out for, but it's everyone's challenge right now. And a way to overcome that again is, first of all, it's word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
We want folks to know at New England Village that we value the folks that work for us, and that the work we do day in and day out is rewarding. And the way we get there, as Sabrina mentioned, is investing in each and every employee and let them know they matter to us, and we see them. So I think that goes a long way in recruitment, and we really have to look at a small pool of folks and getting the word out as the why to come work for us.
And I'm not trying to be political when I bring that up. I'm making the point that, or illustrating the point that is a challenge.
Right.
That we face. But you were about to start talking about funding.
No, I will, but I would add, I understand.
Yeah.
And also I think what maybe people don't think about is sometimes even if we don't lose an employee for the reasons that you're talking about, they may lose their childcare.
Yeah.
They may lose their transportation. So all of these things do have ripple effects, and they're certainly not helping us.
No.
I agree with you there. And yeah, funding over the 20 years I've been involved on the board has only become more difficult over time. And we're very fortunate at NEV. We have a very loyal group of donors, and we're really relying more heavily than ever on our donors at times like these. I don't see the funding getting easier.
No. I mean, there are challenges from a federal level. And again, it's not trying to be political. It's trying to state what are the facts, what's the reality. And the reality is funding is being cut for certain services. And that has an impact from a federal level, but that has an impact on the state.
Well, and you bring up an important point because it was something I didn't understand until I got involved in the board. Though our individuals are funded by the state of Massachusetts, quite a large percentage of that funding is actually passed through from the federal level.
Precisely.
So what's happening at the federal level very much does affect us.
Yeah. I have a degree of confidence that we're not going to be that impacted because we are dealing with a community that actually can't stand for themselves. Well, it's not that they can't stand for themselves. I need to find a better way of wording these things. But they're vulnerable. It's a vulnerable community. And I don't get the sense the federal government is looking to cut vulnerable members of the community.
I hope you're right. But again, I'd point out there's other ways we can be affected. like when our employees can't afford healthcare insurance, or when our employees can't afford their rent, or when
Yeah.
So there's always for everyone, as Christine said, not just the human services sector, right? We're all facing these challenges. So there are some indirect ways that we're also vulnerable.
Yeah.
And if I could add to piggy off what Sabrina said, we really have to look at how that is going to come down. So they're looking at Medicaid cuts, which funds our day habilitation programs. While that may not directly in the moment impact the folks that we support, it's going to have some indirect impacts on us. When we look at what we call our SNAP benefits and the cuts they're looking to make to that's going to directly impact what we do day in and day out. But more importantly, it's going to impact the folks that work for us to provide those supports. So it will have this ripple effect that we will have to continue to monitor and look at how we are going to respond to that.
So SNAP is an acronym. What's it stand for?
Food.
Yes, it's food.
It is food, and I'm
sufficient nutrition.
Thank you.
Good for you, Fraser.
I'm making it up.
I just know it has to do with food.
It's to do with food.
Supplemental nutritional.
I got the nutrition right.
I cannot
Come on.
A program.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a supplemental program to folks.
Yeah. I'm fairly close to somebody who's on the SNAP program. I don't know how you survive on a SNAP, but it's. I mean, we're grateful.
Better than no SNAP.
We'll take it, but it is a SNAP. It's gone in a SNAP. That's really what the acronym stands for. Sorry. So, did I interrupt you? I think
no.
I
think just to that point, when you talk about what those benefits are currently and the inflation that we are looking at coming down in the very near future, that again is going to not only impact what we do day in and day out, what benefits the individuals that we support receive, but then the benefits that our staff are depending on, because our funding can only take our wages so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you want to talk about the breakdown of the funding, or is that something you don't feel is relevant? I've got a chart here. You handed it out on Saturday.
Absolutely. We can chat about that.
No one can see the chart, but you can talk about the figures. Let me tell you what some of the figures say. So you tell me what you want to tell.
Absolutely.
You want to share.
So if we look at what was shared, we look at our state revenue as being 78% of what our revenue stream is incoming. And I'm going to pause there and not talk about any more of our revenue. When we go down to our expenses and we look at what our expenses are, if we look at our personnel costs and program expenses, we are at 89%.
Yeah.
So we're already over what that state revenue is. And
that was the bit that struck me, and I'm glad you went straight to that. You know, we're spending more than we're getting.
Absolutely.
On people who are now paying the tax back to the exchequer. So it's all been recycled. It's money turning over. So that's interesting.
Yes.
I'll take my cheat sheet back. So that's the background and the challenges. What about the future, Sabrina? What do you hold? What do you want to see?
Well, I'm very excited for our future, despite the challenges that we talked about. I think we have a really nice opportunity to expand what we do to serve even more members of our community. Mm-hmm. And we're looking closely at that. What's held us back for the past 5 years has really been staffing levels post-COVID, but we have definitely, got some traction there. We've got all of our current participants, I believe, 100% back into their day programs. So we're finally sort of at the point where we can think about, what are the next steps? How can we grow? And there's certain things I think we do really well, and part of our mission is to serve more people and continue to do those things well. And, potentially bring them to different or, more people, different audiences. Yeah. So I think we're going to embark, on a period of growth and innovation.
Sure.
And we're all really excited about that. It's nice to emerge from the weeds of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Christine?
So I think, as Sabrina said, we want to look at what we do really well and stabilize that. And we've done a really good job up to this point doing that. It really speaks to the testament of the dedication to the employees that we have been able to work really diligently, not only in our recruitment, but onboarding and training to get every member back to the opportunity to attend full-time in our day services programs or to what they were attending prior to COVID impacting that. And now we're looking at where do we need to grow? What do we need to do to grow? And what do we need to do, more importantly, to continue to provide the supports or build out further to continue to provide those supports to the folks that we are currently serving and through the continuum of their life, right? Mm-hmm. So their goal is to be able to age in place with dignity. And how do we do that in a way that's supportive to them? And ultimately, I think we need to look at the community and what are those support need areas that are under-supported currently for the community that they're really in need of? And are we able to provide that support to them? And how do we do that? So we have, again, we go to those facilities and we have some wonderful facilities, and how can we utilize those in our growth pattern?
Talking of the community, is the community growing? Or are we just becoming more aware?
Which community?
The community that we serve.
Oh, is it growing?
So I think it's a little of both, right?
Yeah.
So we have, when we talk about folks that we support, we're seeing a huge rise in the needs for supports for folks with autism. Mm-hmm. And I think that really was an underserved area for the adult supports for so long that's where we're seeing that push and that thrive for additional support needs.
So there aren't more people with autism. There's more awareness of autism.
Well, we think, right? No one knows that for sure.
Yeah.
We do know, though, that Massachusetts had a record-breaking class of turning 22 individuals, right, in the state, the largest number of folks turning 22 requiring services. So that's challenging for all of the agencies, really, across the state. Mm. So, yes, I would say to answer your first question, it is a growing community.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
for whatever reason.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got a cheat sheet there. Have you followed it? Have you, give me that cheat sheet. Have a look at this.
I don't know if that's your cheat sheet, Fraser. I think that's Christine.
No, it's Christine's, but I want to make sure she's covered all her bases. Did you say everything you did?
I think I did.
Good for you. Well, look, we are actually a little bit over time, but I want to give you both the opportunity. Is there anything any messaging you wanted the folks of Pembroke to hear that we haven't covered? Sabrina?
I would just mention, if you're more, interested in New England Village and what we do, please take a look at our website. Some of the offerings at the Solar Wellness Center that are open to the broader community. Christine mentioned them. You can find those on our website.
What's the website?
newenglandvillage.org.
Terrific. And yes, that's a very good point. There are activities at the Solar Wellness Center that is open to the public.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Christine.
In addition, if there's any opportunities for folks to come out and have a tour of New England Village and what we do, or inquire more that they have questions that they don't get answers to on our website, feel free to reach out to myself. I would be more than happy to talk to anyone about what we do and even how they can help support us, whether it's through volunteer opportunities or donors. Small gifts, large gifts. There's many opportunities for people to participate in what we do every day.
Yeah. I have to say, I'm a regular at the Village, and I find it, to anyone listening, it is perhaps one of the most enchanting things you can do to come to the New England Village and to meet the community. They're very welcoming, very loving, very friendly, and always smiley-faced. So it is a truly uplifting experience. And I would encourage anybody to be a guest.
I'm telling you, and not because I work there, Fraser, but as soon as you turn onto our campus setting, there's something magical that just lights up. And I will tell you that as soon as you walk out of your car, if you are not greeted by one person, you are not greeted by anybody, because people want to meet the folks who come on, and they want to tell their stories as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a credit to the pair of you also. So congratulations there.
Thank you.
So as I said, that's wrapped us up. Thank you to Sabrina and Christine for being our guests and participating. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. This podcast will be available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube with additional links on our Facebook page. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at the Pembroke Chamber of Commerce. And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Chamber, please go to the Pembroke Chamber of Commerce website, pembrokechamber.org. Sabrina, Christine, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Fraser.
Thank you.